We are here, present in essence, to speak to all of you about karma. And as always, listen to our words, but feel this in your energetic and physical body as well. For as we speak in vibration and frequency just as much as we do in physical words. So take a moment to close your eyes if you have not already. Take a few deep breaths. With every exhalation, allow yourself to relax into your body, but also into your own energy, into the present moment that is now. For as we speak today, we are speaking of a topic that has quite a lot of opinions and quite a lot of different perspectives. So as we speak, take the time to settle into your own space, into your own energy again, both physically and energetically, so you can be present to the information that we speak to. For concerning karma, obviously, you can look at it in a single life, or you can look at it as a line moving beyond just this one single life into many lifetimes. And depending on your own belief systems, you will accept one or the other, but that is unimportant to the information we are going to speak to you about. For karma, in essence, whether you believe it is in this life or in many lifetimes, is something that is accumulated. And this accumulation is much like honey, either sweet or sticky. But in the end, it is all in service to you, your essence, your spirit, your spiritual growth that is also your human growth. Being a human, you have many hues to you, and as such, you also have many aspects of your own physical personality that you choose into before this lifetime. You have had things that have accumulated over many lifetimes. Or again, if you do not believe in this, you can think of it over this lifetime. For your personality is your own. There is no one exactly like you, and as such, everything that you have done in this life and even over other lifetimes has been accumulated in your own energetic field that is also showing up physically for each one of you. Why are people born into the same family and yet could look very different physically and are quite different through their personality or energetically? It is because of what they have attained throughout their own choices in life and in spirit. So as such, every individual is distinctly different, and they give off their own tone or music depending on aspects of their personality. You can feel individuals in a sense. The best way we can describe it is through the elements. The elements, some people are very earthy. They're very grounded and they seem nurturing yet steady. Others seem very fiery. They have passion and they seem to have a lot of energy, but also can at times be very temperamental. Others can appear very watery, very emotional, but also being pulled by the tides of others in their own opinions, and yet they are also a water of life. Sometimes they are the best of friends. Other times they seek solitude. And then we can go to those that are very airy. They seem to be in touch with the etheric realms, but sometimes are very flighty. And as such, you can go deeper and deeper into personalities. But just realize Every one of you are so very different. Why is this? Is it truly just genetics? Is it just one's chemical makeup and hormone productions that create one to have more testosterone or fire, one with more estrogen or water, or one with more muscle or strength or groundedness, or one who's very thin and yet graceful or airy? You see, why is this? Behind the actual chemical makeup of each individual through their DNA, it is in fact the essence of what gives life to everything, life force energy, or spiritual essence. This is the energy behind everything, everything that is innately connected, or as your science has come to call it, the unified field that is spirit, but also has its own individual expressions that show up in each one of you. Now, coming back to our subject of karma, you see, as a unified field, there is you, and there are others, and there is oneness. Some people have an idea that oneness means you completely dissolve the self in every aspect, but we ask you to look at this as you simply allow yourself to harmonize, moving into balance with the aspects of your own unique blueprint or personality, that you connect both the essence of the beauty of your soul and the beauty of everyone else's. You see the divinity in yourself just as much as you see the divinity in another. See what we said here. This is an and. It is the divinity in you and another person. This creates a unified field where you can still be present in the essence of your so-called individuality, or the unity with your essence, your spirit, in its highest form of self-realization, of awakening and awareness of the true self of you as a spiritual being of light, having a human experience, and of you in the power of the essence of connecting to your source, this essence of 0 point, or the energy of cosmic consciousness that is not limited to time and space, but is the creator of time and space. So in sense, what creates karma? This is free will. So as one was given free will, as you all are, then automatically you are given the gift of karma, to recognize that as you allow your will to be free, you also allow yourself to recognize that in essence you are connected to a unified field as well that is connected to you. What you do to one, you do to all, including yourself. The masters of the past have often talked about connecting to a central heart space, or the center sun, the essence of your spirit, while here in body. This is the most important relationship that anyone can have, because when you truly touch that point of your being, you will recognize that not only what you do to one, you do to all, but what you do to yourself will come back to you 100 folds, because it will magnify itself as it comes back to you in not only one form or one experience or one person, but throughout a doubling effect. What you do to one will ripple out to more and more and more, and then that, like a wave, will come crashing back to you. So in sense, karma is in fact a gift to recognize the unified field that you are all connected. Now, people might think of karma in a judgmental way, thinking of another person, I hope they get their karma back. That is not what karma is all about. Karma, in essence, is to let one recognize that what you put out will come back, whether immediately or throughout a few years or even lifetimes. Everything and everyone is blessed with free will, and in sense they are then given karma, because if one was given free will without karma, they would not recognize their connection to everything, and they would be disillusioned that they truly are free with their will, but then they will recognize they are lost in the dark, for there are many beings all around them. You see, karma is in fact a gift to bring compassion, to bring connection. If one so chooses to get out of the way of pitying themselves for the karma they have signed themselves up for, you did it through your own free will. This, in sense, is not necessarily to bind you that karma is always going to be your law, for when you really recognize the unified field, or the connection that all beings have to one another, you to yourself and to every single person, you then rise above this so-called law of karma, because you have truly connected consciously to the unified field, that then you move into Dharma. Dharma is truly being an embodied master, or an enlightened one, or a Christ. You see, one who is truly moved above the law of karma is one who recognizes that what they do to themselves, they do to all. What they do to one, they do to another, and they still regain, though, their own essence in their awareness of self and of the divine, of source, of universe. This is in fact the difference with the Dharma and the karma. So there are many laws that will bow to other laws depending on where you get in your own awareness. Now, in this sense, we ask you to be very honest with yourself in this moment. Where can you improve in your judgments towards yourself or towards others? Be honest. Recognize today, even, wherever you are listening to this recording, what experience is popping up for you that you moved into judgment against another or yourself. Recognize that. Call it forth in your heart and mind and sit with it. What is this judgment that you had really teaching you about yourself? This is not in any way to belittle you, but to bring awareness to something that you might not have recognized was in fact severing you from the unified field. Judgment is very different than wisdom. Judgment will bring an energy of separateness, of smallness, or of thinking you are better than. This is a great key for recognizing when you are in judgment. Judgment, you see, will automatically put you into karma. Where is it that you have separated yourself from either yourself or others because of your uncomfortableness, of your own unknowing self-distress, self-abuse, self-judgment? Many people that you consider enlightened, if you were to ask them from the past, would tell you that we are all connected. What you do to one, you do to all. So recognize in your judgment, it is no place to belittle yourself, and it is no place to have unforgiveness for self or others. It is a place to stop and recognize that you have judgment and to let it go, to move to forgiveness, and to recognize that you now have the capacity to let whatever that ting was that moved you into judgment, which is also known as karma, will be let go of and replaced with something that can connect you to awareness of a unified field, both within yourself and others. We always wish to simplify our message as much as possible, because in such, simplicity is actually the greatest thing we can give you. For when we contemplate what we speak about, if we make it very elaborate, and if we give you too much information, the mind has more of a tendency to take over. And we are here to teach you how to move into the heart in essence that is connected to your true self. So ponder our words. Continue, if you wish, to listen to this over and over again, and feel for yourself the gift that karma has. For people has falsely looked at it as punishment. It is not. It is in fact enlightenment, if you so allow it to be. Recognize where you fall into pitfalls of judgment. And also you can recognize this is a karmic thing that is moving me into separation. Why? What is it within me that is bringing this up? And as such, when you bring awareness to it, you also bring light to it. You shine a light on it. And that awareness to how you're showing up will illuminate it and burn up the karma, the Agni fire, as they call it in yoga, of the different karmic loops you might have in your system. And as it is burned up, you will then move more into Dharma, or truly taking a pathway that is connected to consciousness of the enlightened self, of the true self, to then move consciously through your life in the unified field, connecting you to your essence, your source, as well as to others. This is what we ask you to ponder when it comes to karma, and to recognize that when you truly can let go of judgments fully, completely, 100%, this does not mean you let go of wisdom, but judgments, then you can truly step into Dharma, or the law above, what is known as karma, into the essence of truly creating from a space that is outside of time and space, and does not play by the same rules and laws of your third dimensional world. This is the place where miracles occur, and this is a place we will speak about in our next channelings. So stay tuned. Yet, for here, let yourself ponder and sink in to the words we have spoken about karma and about judgment. Let yourself be with that. Be honest with yourself. And above all, forgive yourself and another if you feel there is a place where you have brought judgment, because that will open the door to illuminate it and to move you into Dharma, truly living from a place of full conscious awareness. For now, we bid you farewell. So for me, for that channeling, I actually did not see a whole lot as much as I felt a whole lot, specifically in my own centered heart space, or the center of my chest, in what they call anahata, or the heart chakra, was this feeling of being so connected that you recognize, yes, of course, we're all united, but there is this divinity within everybody that is not always awake. And in that sense, you just flow with that aspect of your life where you feel like you might fall into pitfalls of, judgment. And as soon as I felt this energy, and I was even seeing maybe places, in my own life where I judged, and it was like there was an automatic stop in this flow of connection to what Source was calling this unified field, or connection, honestly, to my own heart space. And in that sense, it was actually a gift to have that recognition, that of separateness, because then I recognize like where I had severed and why. So it can allow, any of us to go deeper into our why, and then to heal that or let that go, move into forgiveness. And then boom, as soon as we did that, then it felt like all of a sudden we're plugged back into this unified field. Um, and yeah, so for me, it was way more of a feeling than visuals, which I'm not necessarily always used to. I usually see a whole lot. So I hope you enjoyed that channeling, and yeah, consider to sit with that. And as always, with any of these channelings, feel free to go back and re-listen. What I've recognized is there's always so many layers. Like I can even go back to other ones and see and hear and feel things that I hadn't felt before. So feel free to, go back and visit this. And until we meet again, namaste.